Today I will be giving you an in-depth tutorial on how I bedazzled these shoes from start to finish. I started off by measuring where I wanted those numbers that you just saw to sit on the shoe, and the circumference of this area is 3 inches, so I know I wanted to make it a little shorter, so I made it 2 inches. Then I went to my Cricut app and I typed in the date that she wanted, and I translated the 2 inches into the app. After sizing it up, I duplicated it and changed the font so it could be cuter, and then I pressed make, and then it takes me to the screen where I can make my product. So I pressed make and vinyl because that's what I was using, and here is where the magic happened. So I loaded up my Cricut with the vinyl that stretched just enough to print out the numbers I just typed out on the software. Then I unloaded it and weeded them all out. Typically when you weed it out, you take off the main piece and then do the small parts with a tool. And since it's sticky, I have to use the tweezers and get out the little pieces so that it's nice and clean. I made it into 2, and now it's time to prep the shoe. For prep, you usually use your acetone, and it strips away the refinish from the shoe, and it'll be easier for the rhinestones and the vinyl to stick on there. And since it's a porous surface, you don't have to do too much buffing. I removed the shoelaces so that it was easier for me to work with, and now it's time to add the numbers on the shoe. So I use transfer tape in order to make it seamless and make sure it's all in one piece. You make sure you press in, like I'm showing you here, you press in the numbers so that they stick to your surface. And then here's a trick that I do when I'm peeling off my transfer tape, is using the pressure from the crease of the tape in order to press it onto the shoe, because peeling it off, it is a sticky surface, so it might stick to the tape still, but if you use the pressure of your crease, it'll take off the vinyl from the shoe much easier. Now I'm going in with my precision tip glue to get the details, and I'm using a smaller rhinestone size in order to get the nice precise numbers so that you can still tell that they're 8, 15, 25. And it turned out nice and precise, and here's a picture. Usually when I'm rhinestoning surfaces that have varying sizes, like small to big, I usually like to use the small rhinestones for the small areas for more precision, and the larger rhinestones in the bigger areas. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did change the glue up, and with the glue switch up, it's easier to spread this glue as opposed to the precision tip, and it spreads across the surface area much easier and more efficient. As you can see, I'm getting into the nooks and crannies with the smaller rhinestones, and then I'm using the bigger rhinestones to make up the bigger areas. And I did the same thing on the front and back panel. I did use a couple smaller rhinestones in between to make sure that I was getting all the nooks and crannies in the small spaces where the rhinestones couldn't cover. And that's pretty much it. Now you're just going to watch me finish the shoe out and see the final result.